What's up guys, this is Mr. Right Way. Today's video, I am doing a review for the Nintendo Switch. Now what would that be? Stay tuned. If this is your first time seeing me guys, welcome. On this channel, we do a lot of video game hunts. I try to help you find the best deals and show you how to save money the right way. Now let's get in today's video. That is the Elitist S. This right here was sent to me by Big Wong, a new company. They're making products for the Nintendo Switch and Windows and Android devices. This controller right here will work with my Nintendo Switch. So you're gonna see my review, my thoughts, my honest opinions about this controller. Should you buy this? Is it a must buy? Does it compete with the Nintendo Pro controller? You gotta stay tuned. So let's get into the video. So let's see if this is worth owning in your collection. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the big wand controller. The Elitist. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Let's hook it up. All right, it hooks up by USB. We got it hooked up, but it's also Bluetooth enabled also. Now, this controller is very nice looking. You see how it looks right there. Really good matte finish. I like the buttons. Kind of reminds me of a Pro controller. As you can see, look on the back. Down on the back of this controller, like I said, it has, you know, these touch pads where it says big one. I'm not a fan of that, but I can see a lot of people using this to customize their own controllers. You look at the top, you have the L and R, then you have the ZR and the ZL buttons. In the front of it, it looks typical, got the home. Now comparing it side by side with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, it is a difference, but it's not a difference, you know? Like you see the directional buttons, the Y and X, you know, Y and X on both of them, home button, the minus button. They're all the same. They're not bad, you know. It just, when you start using it on some stuff, you would notice it. You see the top of the controller. This is designed to be a Nintendo Pro controller. You see, look, they are the same size, almost kind of the same weight, which is falling down. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's not bad, but you do know it's a difference, which $80 to $40, you're gonna see a difference. Even look at this at the side. A lot of people didn't show the size in the reviews I've been seeing. Stacking on top of each other. They're almost kind of identical, but let's see how it really works in real life situations.
So like what I was saying, when you play with gyros, like Splatoon benefits a lot of this. Mm-hmm. So this is not inverse, so it goes up and goes down, it does the things, but like as the same as for the Pro controller, sometimes you got to reset it. But what I'm noticing is you got to reset more than often here your gyros. So, you know, like right now, let's say I moved forward, like my camera is stuck to the front, obviously because I'm pointing there, right? It's not even centered if you notice it. Look, you see that? Where that dot in the middle is? That's not even centered. So I gotta literally move my controller almost like this just to point it to where I want to go. So that's kind of annoying when you're playing a battle in Splatoon, because that would require doing this now, where you gotta literally like reset your camera, and still it's like I literally gotta move my character so my camera can reset. See, look. When I press Y, now it's in the middle. Now it's in the middle. But see? Look. So let's see how okay, see that? Okay. So I'm not saying it's bad, but like when you're in the middle of a battle, you need your freaking gyros to be accurate. You know what I mean? Like you can't be doing this. Like I shouldn't be doing this, moving my this for your camera. I shouldn't be moving it with this, or literally resetting it again because it's out of sync.
All right guys, I'm using the controller right here. I'm gonna be playing off screen, but I'm gonna let you see how good it plays with fighting games like Street Fighter. So here we go. Uh-oh. All right, so it's really responsive. Very, very responsive. Oh, you don't recover on me, okay. I'm not doing the fireball. You see, it's really responsive. Depending on your skill level. It's gonna knock them out. There we go. Very, very responsive. I like the responsiveness of it. Only thing I don't like is I keep hitting these damn back buttons right here in the back, and I keep making screen captures. And I don't care for that. I don't care for that, doing the screen capture stuff. Don't like that. Let's see, can I beat Dalsim? Stop that. Yeah, get out of here. That's the only thing that messes me up with this controller. That's the only thing. It just, that gets on my nerves. This back button stuff. I just don't like it. Let's see. Let's pause this. Now, I just noticed they had this right here, so maybe we can take that off. All right, good. Look at that. I can take that off. That is amazing because I do not like this right here. So, taking this off, see how good that works now. Oh, so much better. So much better. Yeah, you can't get me. Oh. Yeah, you won't get past all that, buddy. Yep. All right, guys, we tested the Elite S. This is kind of like a third-party pro controller for the Nintendo Switch and my wife's showing, and it's for like Windows 10. Right now it's not for Mac, but I have been testing it with different games. Halfway through the games that you saw, the only thing annoying me about this right here is this little back piece right here. So if you take this off and you can take it out like that, boom, I don't need that. I am not using that no more. Then my fingers can sit rest right in there. Great. Now this is great second controller for fighting games. It works with everything on this Nintendo Switch, the eShop and all that kind of stuff. But my wife, she's much more of a pro player, and she'll tell you about what her experience is with this controller in Splatoon.
Okay, all right. So I do like the texture. Aesthetically, I think it looks really nice for a controller. But let's get to the nitty gritty, which is what you're going to use it for, to play games. I think the D-pad is pretty good. It's pretty decent. Buttons, they're okay. They have this very clicky sound that I mentioned last time to you.
Yeah, we were talking about a negative part about that.
Yeah.
It's too loud.
See how quiet that sounds? Like, yeah, it has that clickiness, but this one sounds, see that? It's a lot more louder. I want to say it's decent. It's not great, the build quality, because this plastic, this here feels kind of cheap.
It does feel a little cheap, but
it does. But I mean, you got to take into account the price of the controller.
It's $40. It's a $40 controller, so it's a good $40 controller. $40 compared to $80. You know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and I will give them kudos for trying to integrate gyro, because
that's really hard on a lot of controllers too.
A lot of controllers, and actually to get it right. Though I will say that it can do better. They can probably do some improvements. Because what I explained to you before, like if you're playing Splatoon Splatoon is very heavy when it comes to gyro. Like you might prefer actually playing it. It's recommended to play in using gyros.
And I'm not really a big Splatoon player, but she is, and she knows all about that.
Well, yeah, and it's when it comes to competitive gaming, you don't want anything to stop you because timing is everything while doing competitive gaming. So I did find myself, even though I have small hands, I did find myself that when coming to long plays, my hands got cramped pretty quickly, especially when I'm having to do something repeatedly. And when it came to gyros, like the amount of times I had to reset this to recenter it while I was playing was way more compared to the times that I might needed to have to do it on the Pro Controller. So, I mean, it wouldn't do it fair justice to compare it, you know, when it comes to build quality and price, but they are trying to
be a Pro Controller. Now, for the money, it's very good. $40 for this right here. I do love the look of this controller. The controller is nice. It feels great. Like, it looks like a Pro Controller. I would make this your second controller. If you can't afford a Pro Controller and you don't want to spend money on a Pro Controller, get this one. It does just fine. I think I'd say a 3 out of 5. What about you?
I gotta be honest, because
be
maybe
honest.
I'm more picky when it comes to my controllers because of the type of gamer that I am. I would give it a 2.5.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 2.5, yeah.
when I vote, you know, but I just think there's much more room for improvement. The way I see it is like, I'm not gonna, even though it sounds negative, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just giving constructive criticism because I believe there's still more room for improvement. Maybe they can do a little revision later on and improve these things, you know?
Your biggest thing is the gyro and the time that you're holding it like that.
Well, yes. And also, I don't mind, like, let's say, like, if you have to raise the price a little bit just for little details like this, you know? Like, the plastic, whatever they, you know, custom belt, and you know, in general for the controller, because like I can find a lot of pretty controllers, but at the end of the day, I'm not buying it for the looks. I'm buying it for
some people are. For me, I like the aesthetic of look. It's just how I am. Now, another thing that we agree on. Syncing this thing between 2 Nintendo Switches. If you have more Switches in the house, make sure you select the Switch that you want this controller to be on. If you try to take this controller, take it off a Switch and move it back to another Switch, it's going to be a pain.
It's impossible.
It's a pain. It's a pain. It's a pain.
Yeah, it literally took us, we were
about
easily 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes trying to get it synced on her Nintendo Switch.
And it never syncs.
And it really never synced. So that's another thing. It was just a little annoying about that. Besides those negatives, it's a pretty darn good controller. All right, so yeah, would I buy this? Yeah, I would buy it. I mean, it's not bad controller. It's not a bad controller. I've been using a Pro Controller for the past 4 years. So going for a Pro Controller, going to a secondary Pro Controller, you are going to notice the trade-off, guys. But it's a pretty darn good controller. As I played, like, I was surprised. I was blown away how Street Fighter worked on it, because that's a test. If you can play Street Fighter and Mario Kart, it's a good controller. It's a very, very good controller. Any final thoughts?
I just think this is more for maybe a casual gamer. You know, if you're not into I'm being brutally honest.
Yes, it's a very casual.
Like, don't expect to play Resident Evil with this controller, okay? Let me just put it that way. So, for a more casual, maybe some fighting games. You know, maybe Mario Kart. I mean, it responded pretty well when I was playing at some racing games. But if you are more of a pro gamer, you play competitive gaming and stuff, even if you're in a budget, I would recommend saving your money and probably getting a better controller. All
right, so that's our honest thoughts on the Elite S by Big One. And guys, thank you so much for sending this controller over for us to review. We will keep it in the collection. It is nice. Like I said, for the money, it's good. We would suggest this right here for a casual gamer. If you're a pro gamer and you're playing competitive on the Wii, if you're playing Smash, don't get this. You'll be upset. But if you're a casual gamer, you need some extra controllers in the house, money little, you want to save some money, get this.
Kids in the building.
Say this. Kids will love this controller. Children will love this controller because they're not going to be as harsh as us adults and, gamers like we are. So, yes. So, The links will be in the description to get this controller. I would say a 3 out of 5. She says 2.5. So yes, it's a decent controller. We like it. We're going to use it. It's going to be in the collection. I'm glad to have another Pro controller because we got a lot of switches in the house. And we tired of, I'm tired of getting my controllers up. So yeah, so there we go. All right, guys, thank you so much. And always remember to do it the right way. See you next time.